We are talking with Caledonia Clippers leader, the captain, and the big man in the middle, the center, Miguel Williams, and we are coming from his home in the Hocketa. So we want to say welcome to Miguel.
Nice here, and what's up, how life, how
everything cool, everything cool. So how it has been with you?
Well, it's been alright so far. You know, since the pandemic coming, basketball and things slow down a lot. Yeah. But now we getting a little basketball time, so I still getting to play a little sweat, a little thing.
Well, as I say, basketball down because of the COVID-19. Last time you would have played in any competition, you would have won the national championships. And of course, because of we know how basketball is run in Trinidad, Caledonia Clippers won the last national championships in 2020. But we know that they will be the national champions for about next 3 or 4 years, because we know they are not going to have a next national championships until next 3 or 4 years, how basketball is normally run here.
Yeah.
So how it has been since, because not too long after COVID came. So 2020.
A whole year now.
A whole year. So how difficult it is for a person, a player who likes to be on the court?
Basically, a player like me, basketball give me everything. I make $1 million, but I have it in words and friends.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Most of my life I play basketball as a living. Professional. Playing for these ways. I play all about.
Right.
You know, basketball meant a lot for me, and since this whole situation had break right down, we don't have no copyrights to say like some players will make money off of the copyright, so everything at standstill.
Yeah.
So it's kind of difficult for sportsmen right around the region right now.
And of course, as I mentioned, the rights, things like image rights and those kind of things were endorsements. Players, we don't have endorsements.
We don't have them things down in this country.
What do you think that could help in that regard? Players getting endorsements, so players could see themselves on a billboard on the highway driving north to south and things like that. How could we get to that level?
Well, the basketball could always get on a level, you know, it based on program and setting up the thing properly, you know, but we need a proper program right now because the basketball went away so much. We have to start from the ground, come back up from the schools, and we need sponsors to come on board. And we need help right around, parents, sponsors, friends, anything we could get right now to help the basketball come back up on a level would be nice.
Because when I say come back on a level, talking about a level where we could have won 4 straight CARICOM championships in the 80s. We were the number 1 team.
A level where the youth today could say, when I come out of school I could play basketball. All you say is football.
And now it's cricket too because of
it's cricket. You know? So we have to raise the sporting level in the country to bring the youths and them out of the slums, because that will just bring our youth out. Sports. We need that. We need our sports.
Yeah. But let's get to Miguel Williams now. How did you get your start in basketball as opposed to more popular sports like cricket and the football?
Well, basketball started for me right home here, but at first I started to play cricket because I live in right close to a cricket field.
Yeah.
And then football, so them was always the first 2 sports.
Yeah.
And then one day, one of my friends come up with a basketball and we just taking a little play and it started from there. It started from there, and then we had a little ring in front of the yard right outside, and we started to play, and I started to get better now, and I started to like it now. Then we built up our next ring up on the field, started to play, I started to get better, I started to excel real quick in the sports now. And then my sister got a place in Maloney, and while she moving in the place, I went and stayed with she for a year. And from there, basketball was blew up big for me.
So what about Maloney made it that big break for you? What in Maloney? Who you met in Maloney?
Well, I met Christopher Jackson. At that time, Maloney had one of the best basketball programs in the country. And the basketball epicenter at that time in the 90s was in Maloney.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So it was a real perfect start for me. And I went out a couple of days and started sweat, and from there I said, well, I had to play for a team, a registered team and compete. And then one day, this coach come and asked me if I would like to play with him, and I said, yeah.
That was Jackson.
That was Christopher Jackson.
So you started your career, your professional career, your basketball career with Jackson in Tasmania Pacers. And how was it playing under Jackson? Because Jackson is what people say a legendary coach. He's a big coach here.
Yeah.
How was it playing under Jackson?
Well, under Jackson is no nonsense. You have to want to be better playing under Jackson. You can't just come and you're lackadaisical, you wouldn't be playing. You have to come ready. He's a coach on a professional level and you have an ego.
Right.
So you always want to be on his level now. Yeah. So the coaching starters, he bring all the best in you.
Jackson.
Yeah.
And from Jackson, well, what school you would have played for your school as well?
No. I never played no school basketball.
So it was all club basketball?
It was all club basketball.
And from Jackson, where you went after?
Well, from Jackson, because the basketball in the East comes so easy for us now, we started winning everything in the East, year by year and year, and I wanted to compete. So I branched off in the West with the big teams.
Right.
And we form a team, Caledonia Clippers, and there's the team here today.
Right, so you're with Caledonia Clippers now. So this is the team you're with. So how long you have been with Caledonia Clippers?
I've been with Caledonia Clippers about 6 to 8 years.
6 to 8 years.
Yeah.
The Clippers is the team you would have come in the North Zone with.
Yeah.
And how was that move to North Zone basketball with the Clippers? Well, I remember you spent some time, I know you would have played 1 or 2 times with Petro Jazz and things too.
Petro Jazz, well, the Petro Jazz will invite me to some of them meets.
Right.
Coach will come with better offers, so you know your entire orders go like NBA.
Right.
Coach come with a better offer, you have to go there.
Right.
Because in Trinidad, we're not making that millions, but you will make some thousands.
Yeah.
So I got a better offer with Petro Jazz couple years and I played with them. We had some big name players like Spongy and Adrian Joseph and Akko Pastel.
Yeah.
We had big names, you know. And I find we had a big team and we're not winning. We're not winning.
That's like the national, the big competition.
The big
you would have win also.
Yeah, but we're not winning. And I just walk away from that.
Because you wanted to be a winner.
I want to be a winner, boy. I wasn't just studying the money. And I wanted to be a winner. So I walk away from that and I came back down in the West. In the North Zone where all the big teams is, you know. Some already have more big players than all the rest of the regions right now.
Because in the North where you're meeting up men with teams like Shaka Attack Defense Force, meeting
Flower
Mills.
Yeah, them was the top teams. Straight Connects, that was the top team. And then when I come in now with Clippers, I make Clippers a top team.
Right.
So we come in and change the league.
Right.
You know, we was a force to reckon with. When you come out and meet Clippers, you know Miguel in the back, you know it's serious.
Yeah.
You know it's serious.
Here it is. After the break, we'll continue our conversation with Miguel Williams.
Don't let the COVID-19 restrictions dampen your celebration. Let Wave stream your event live. Weddings, sports events, talk shows, any event done virtually in HD quality. Let friends and family outside of Trinidad and Tobago bid your loved ones goodbye as we stream your funeral live on social media. Call 294-1105 or 686-1419 for more info.
Welcome back. This is Sports Insight and I'm sitting here live with my boy Miguel Williams, the center, the big man for the Caledonia Clippers national champions. They won the last national invitational championships in 2020. But since then, because of COVID-19, no basketball has been played. But recently, the government had said that, okay, you can go back and sweat. So the sweating has started back And of course, we are chatting with Miguel Williams. He was telling us leaving North Zone to go and play with the South team, the South-based team, Petro Jazz. Now he came back to Caledonia Clippers in the North Zone because he just wasn't winning the big tournaments. So in his second week coming now at Caledonia Clippers, how did it go? Second coming?
Well, the second coming in Caledonia has had some ups and downs. It didn't run like how it was. So after a couple of years, we reach close, we reach second, we come third, but we never win.
Right.
And I branch off again to Detour Shakata.
Right. So this time you're meeting up Ansel, you're meeting up
Koto, Kurt Christian,
right, you're meeting up
Pai,
Andy Best, Map,
Orlando Map, and etc. Coming down the line.
And how was it in that with that team now? Because I know that you would have won the Miaro Basketball League with Shakata in 1 year, and you came close again different times. So tell me about that time with Detour Shakata.
Well, Detour Shakata are a fun team. It's mostly senior players, and they came out and to play hard. They don't come out and play no soft basketball. They come out to win because that is in the DNA. That is how Shakata does play. They just play a different banner ball to other clubs. So it's a force to reckon with. So I go on with this club, and I was successful. I win couple championships, but nothing major. But we win most of the championships around the Caribbean.
Right, and as you mentioned, of course, around the Caribbean, I know that you think Shakata would have went to
Grenada.
Right, and how was that tournament? Because I think Adrian and Lighter played in that tournament as well for Shakata.
That tournament, although it was successful, we beat everybody on the island. We lost a game. We come and we win on the whole tournament. Everything was successful through the players, and we dig deep and come back home with a victory.
So during that time, let's go back a little bit when you made the national team. I know that is one of the highlights for any player who's playing any sport to represent the country. So how did that work out, and tell me about that experience with the national team?
Well, to make a national team is an honor. National team in any country is the highest league you could play basketball or any sports in your life. So it will be always an honor to play on your national team. So my first national team I made at 19 years. My first tournament was in Jamaica with the national team under 19.
Right.
At that time I was 19. I went to Jamaica. Pepe was the coach.
Oh, Pepe Gomes?
Yeah, Pepe Gomes was the coach. Steve Leons was one of the physical coach. That is how me and he stay so close, because from small, me and he had a bond from on that same tournament. And I started making national teams from there and never stopped.
And I think, well, of course, you would have been part of the team that beat Puerto Rico.
I was the captain of that team. I was the captain of that team, and we beat Puerto Rico, the only English-speaking country to ever beat Puerto Rico, who ranked very high in the basketball world. You can still
remember moments of that game?
Yeah, that game, that is one of the best moments in my life. You know what I'm saying? Down 30.
Down 30?
Down 30 with 30,000 people against you.
Way.
To win by 10. Can't forget that moment.
So, alright, so tell me about coming back from 30 points to win by 10.
From 30 points down, we dig deep. We start to play like how we just play rebrand basketball long in Trinidad. At that time, it was just quicker to them on the ball, and we just wanted it. We just had a bigger heart at that time, and we wanted it, and we dig deep. And the Father reward us with a victory.
Who would have been the offensive leaders to lead the fight back in that period?
Ian was one of the foreign base.
That's Ian.
And
the name is right there, the tip of the name is the tip of my tongue. So I know who you're talking about.
Ian was one of the guys. Kurt Christian.
Right.
Koto, better known as Koto, was one of the guys. Stephen Lighter Lewis was one of the main men to bring it back. And the center at that time was Trim.
Cable Trim.
Yes, Cable Trim.
Right. So you were playing power forward?
I was playing backup center, power forward, throwing me anyway.
Right.
I could play from 1 to 5.
You play 1 to 5. Yeah, because seeing you playing playing a guard position and dribbling.
1 to 5. So
right.
they show me in any positions that they have mismatch.
Right.
I is the X factor, I bring the energy, I bring the juice to the team.
And then you would have come back, well, since that tournament where we would have beaten Puerto Rico, where did our basketball go since that time? Because that would have been a high point in our basketball.
That time in basketball would have been a time changer because the next month we were to go back to play, but funding it wasn't there. You know, like the typical thing in Trinidad, funding was not there. You know what I'm saying? So we national team get banned from plenty tournaments due not showing up, not registering on time, not paying. So the national team go through some real hurt and pain. And for the past couple of years we don't have a national team.
No. And
We
then
don't have a senior national team. So
and then we have young, very good players coming up who are in their prime, who should be on a national team now.
Yeah.
We have Keon Joseph, we have Ashton Dumoral, we have we have Johnny Hamilton, who played in the NBA, who was in the NBA draft and these things. These guys should be playing
Yes.
national basketball
Yes.
right now.
yes.
But there is no national team, and we can't blame COVID because this was going on long before.
Long before COVID. As I say, programs, better managements on the tops, the basketball could push off to a very good thing. But we need help.
Well,
We need help from not just the government, we need to help ourselves and come out of this favoring and this player and this one, and we have to come out of that. And the sports will raise and players could use the sports as an option.
we are talking with Miguel Williams, the leader of the Caledonia Clippers team. Don't go anywhere.
Don't let the COVID-19 restrictions dampen your celebration. Let Wave stream your event live. Weddings, sports events, talk shows, any event done virtually in HD quality. Let friends and family outside of Trinidad and Tobago bid your loved ones goodbye as we stream your funeral live on social media. Call 294-1105 or 686-1419 for more info.
Welcome back. This is Sports Insights, and we have an insight with Miguel Williams of the Caledonia Clippers. And of course, he was talking about his time with the national team, with the time with the Clippers team, with time with the Petro Jazz team, time when he started at Maloney Pacers. He played for Shark Attacks. So he had been around, and he did say he was playing for in Venezuela with a couple of teams. So let us know how that went with your time in the Venezuelan league.
Well, Jackson and Orville set up the whole program. We went down with a small team here, hoping to get some picks.
Right.
You know, I was the oldest on the team. I was a coach player on the team because I was a year older.
Right. So the
I
senior player.
Yeah, so I went down just to support my team and look for a pick. I went on a couple training camps and was waiting for a reply. I didn't get a reply, but it had some obstacles in the way and it didn't went off how it's supposed to work. And that was the end of the Venezuelan career.
Oh, It didn't do okay. So, so what are you up to these days? When you are not playing basketball, you're not on the court, what Miguel Williams up to?
Well, when Miguel Williams is not playing basketball, he's not on the court, he's up on the land. Well,
Right.
everybody knows he's a farmer.
Right.
You know, he analyzes his skills, but I like fast vehicles and I like table tennis, so right now I was just getting some. I just come outside, if I see some money card, I change, I can do that, I just jack it up, change it.
So you
I
do
like
your
to go
own-
drags, I like to go drags,
Mm.
I like to go circuit range, I
Right.
like to go hikes, but I love table tennis.
Oh, so you play all table tennis
I
and then
love
you
table tennis, so I just try to get in some of these reps, and that just keep me kind of cool, but my best time is when I just go out on the court and just
play basketball.
let all that extra energy in my body and just play, you know?
So you would have been playing basketball for about more than 20 years now, right? So during that time in basketball, of course, you would form good friendships with teammates and opposing teammates as well. And because you would have played basketball with many teams, you have a lot of friends. So how did basketball help you in that regard, in forming friendships and bonds and things like that?
Well, the basketball helped me in all the ways because basketball gave me everything I have here right now. You know, a championship, you know, a little life, a little family, a little money, it gave me everything. So I can talk proudly and heavily about the basketball, and I would like to encourage more people to come out and play sports because sports is a nice thing. You know, once you find the right sport you could play, it could be perfect. It could be a star and a different level.
Well, let me ask you this: who would have been the best player you play with, locally or abroad?
My best player I will be playing with, it are couples, it cannot just one.
It can't be just one.
Yeah. Stephen Leiter Lewis, Derek Boxell, and Kurt Christians.
You put those three.
I put them three on the highest level. I'm going to war with them any day. And foreign base now, Adrian Joseph and Ian.
Right. And of course, out of the names you've called, Kuto and Adrian were part of the championship winning Caledonia Clippers team.
Yeah.
And I could still remember the celebration at the end of that tournament.
Yeah, that tournament was how to say, it was epic. It was so nice. That bring back a different vibes in basketball. You know what I'm saying? Within that time, you know, the next year will be real nice, but unfortunately, everything just come and the country just slow down due to
The COVID.
But the year before,
It was sweet.
It was a nice turnout. People was encouraged. People get back the vibes to come back and play the sports and watch the sports.
And of course, in the finals, you've beaten a team, SOS, coached by a player. You would have also played with a Chaka Attack and a different team.
A former national player.
And also a former national player, Kern George, who has done a lot for basketball and done a lot for Maloney.
Because on the way to reach to Puerto Rico, we had other games we had to play.
Right.
And other countries we land. So when we was in Tula,
Right.
he was the vice captain, I was the captain.
Right.
He was the vice captain of the team at the time. So me and he real close. Me and he play basketball together for a couple of years well, and we have a real good understanding. And if advice, he will come and we will still sit down and talk and we'll just teach him, show him a little points. He's a upcoming coach, you know, for people to recognize because he has something nice. He changed the basketball in many different ways.
Yes, definitely.
And I would like people to give him that chance right now, you know, as a young coach coming up with some different ideas. I'd like them to give him a chance.
And it shows how he has taken SOS to the finals of the national championships. In the first years competing in the East Zone, they win out East Zone, they come national champions, they give Caledonia some pressure.
Yeah, fight, but basketball is about competing.
Yeah.
A game can never be zip.
Exactly, for real.
So, to be better and to be always good, you have to be competent. And I love to compete. I compete in everything. We just talk and I compete and I just...
Yeah, and some of the younger players you would have played against or played with, who are some of the players that you see will reach far in basketball right now?
Right now we have the twins. Well, you know, everybody know the twins by now.
Smalley and
Fato. Them is the upcoming power forward guards that have all the moves right now to the game, how it advanced. These is the guys coming up, a couple other players, you know, coming up, but the rest of the players have to find their own style.
Yeah.
To watch them style, like them style, but these two brothers is a force to reckon with.
That's Akil Boyd and Akim Boyd, better known as Smalley and Fatu, that Miguel Williams is talking about. But with all good things must come to an end. This is always a sad part of the show. This is Sports Insight. We were chatting and liming with Miguel Williams of the Caledonia Clippers. And as we go, just share with the fans and the young players, the young people in the nation, the country, one bit of advice.
I would just like to say to the youths, basketball, any sports is a way out. I would like all youths to go to school and look for a scholarship in the sporting facilities, and everything will be good in the future coming up. That is my message to the youths.
With that, we are going. This is Sports Insight.